So we are now a few days from Captain Marvel hitting theaters. And originally I was going to talk about my box office predictions, but honestly they're kind of low at this point. I mean, will this movie make money? It is still possible. Will it make as much money as it would have if Brie Larson hadn't said what she had? Definitely not. And I say this because Ghostbusters 2016. I say this because Star Wars The Last Jedi and Solo. And I don't know what it means for Endgame. At this point, it's anyone's guess. I want to say Endgame will be more successful than Captain Marvel. But I know there are also some people who want to boycott it as well. And I know there are rumors that there are two versions of Endgame. And if that is true, that would confirm that they are nervous about this character. This character that they have had to reboot several times. This character that is relatively unknown outside the comic books. Played by this actress that has been mostly forgettable until she decided her press was too male and white. You know, lately I've been hearing this phrase, the hero we need, a lot, and I want to say the first time I would even consider that phrase to have been remotely true with any hero was actually years ago. Quite a few years ago. When I was still in school, you know, everything was, you know, average. You know, there's nothing really exciting going on. The biggest thing that made me angry was my science teacher getting mad because before her class I was reading a book that was not pertaining to science or social studies. It was just regular a book from the library. Drove her nuts. And you know, one fall, well, not even fall, it was kind of still summer. Kind of warm outside. Leaves weren't even beginning to turn. And when I got home when I got off the bus, I turned on the radio, and the station I normally listen to, they were talking about planes hitting the World Trade Center. My school had not told us anything about that. The irony is, they told the high school about it, they told the elementary school about it. And my teacher, who was mad because I was reading a literature book. Well, not even a literature book, but just a plain old reading book just for fun before her class. The next day, when we were asking questions and talking about it, this social issue, you know, something happening in the world, she was mad because we were taking up her class time to talk about something that had just happened that was affecting our entire country and the whole world. Something that had cost thousands of people their lives. A few weeks later, a show called Smallville premiered. It was about Superman before he was Superman. You know, Clark Kent, he was the character at that point was a little older than I was. You know, yes, he did have powers, but for the most part, he was still learning to use them. In a way, he was still trying to figure out who he was as a person. And he was doing all these extraordinary things to help people in his community. A community that had suffered a great tragedy. With the meteor shower that it did kill people, and it did result in a type of mutation with certain people, and for some people, well, for most of them, it did drive them crazy. And they did abuse that power. And while he was trying to figure out his powers and figure out who he was having to go through that, and he was using his powers to help people. In a way, he was the hero we needed. You know, I think that is why Superman as a character, he has been so, you know, he is one of the first superheroes we've had, and he is a character that, you know, DC cannot let him stay dead. DC has to bring him back from the dead. I mean, his death is starting to become as cliche as Optimus Prime from Transformers. Because he is the character who brings hope. I mean, is he the smartest member of the Justice League? No. You know, he is arguably the strongest, one of the fastest, obviously not the fastest, but when they're in trouble, they know they can lean on him. Does the character make mistakes? Yes, all the time. But most of them are mistakes that anyone would make, superpower or no superpower. Well, what does that have to do with Captain Marvel? Well, when Superman is written as cocky, his character is a lot less likable. That's how she has come across in the trailers. You know. And then we also have the overpowered characters. Or characters where it comes easy to. Well, skills and everything. In Smallville, we saw Clark Kent struggle. We saw him go from your average teenager to a young man who was dedicated to helping people. And before you say, well, Captain Marvel's better than that. She's going to... No, she's not. She won't be. You know, every time I hear the phrase, the hero we need, lately it's been promoting a hero that we don't need. A hero that is either cocky and pushed just because identity politics, or they're a character that's, you know, they have been, you know, they're pushed to be something or advertised as something that they think we need, but you know, and it's all just to hide lazy writing or a subpar story. I'm not saying that, well, I'm not saying that, you know, if you watch Captain Marvel, it's going to be terrible, you're going to hate it, or it is awful, because I've not seen the movie, and with the marketing, I'm not planning on it. You know, I've seen this happen before. I've seen this type of marketing before. That's why I'm saying this movie is probably not going to be good. Could I be wrong? Yeah. If that's the case, yeah, I will admit I'm wrong. And I know someone's going to say, well, you're a DC fan. You've said it before. Yeah, I am. But if I'm a DC fan, well, why are you so mad that I don't really care for how Captain Marvel is coming across? Why are you so mad that someone is choosing not to watch this movie because of how they feel? Because, you know, if you do like the movie, you're going to watch it anyway. How I feel about it is not going to affect you. And the movie's still going to come out. So, yeah, why does it bother some people so much that people are not interested in a character? That has been a major red flag about Captain Marvel's movie. Because, like I said, I've seen this type of marketing before, and it normally covers a subpar product. So come Sunday, no, not come Sunday, next Monday, yeah, we'll find out how well Captain Marvel does at the box office. But, you know, what happens after is up in the air. You know, will it affect Endgame? Is the rumor that there are 2 versions of Endgame true? And is there a possibility that maybe, just maybe, Captain Marvel is not as marvelous as people think she is? Well, that's just food for thought. by all means, if you do love that type of movie, go for it. But, you know, respect others' opinions. Ultimately, that is what has got me into has got me. That was the whole reason I kind of made this series of videos. And, you know, am I going to update you guys on the box office? Probably not. I probably won't say anything until Endgame comes out, to be honest. Because that movie I'm still planning on seeing. Why? Well, I like the Avengers. I'm a DC fan, but I like the Avengers. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if they do go with the Captain Marvel does her whole solo saving business for herself, well, maybe they'll do something that'll make her character tolerable. Personally, I still want a movie on Goose the Cat. I mean, the cat is cute. The cat is fun. The cat... Honestly, we have not had any feline superheroes. Where's that representation? Anyway, this is Greenline Girl 07, and, you know, enjoy your escapism, and happy gaming.